Hello besties, join me and let's make this proper Ghanaian jollof rice. This is very authentic, simple, but very delicious. You will love this one. So all you have to do is to trust the process. If you are new to my channel, hello, this is Cooking with Afia. Here I share easy and amazing recipes right here. So if this is what you're looking for, don't hesitate to subscribe to my channel and also do turn on the post notification bell so that anytime I upload amazing videos like this, you will be among the first person to be notified. Now let's get started. So first, here are the ingredients I'll be blending for the base. So that's my onions, ginger, garlic, spring onions, green pepper, beetroot, and so basically this is going to be the base of the stew. And I'll also be blending some pakushito, red scotch bonnet pepper, and some tomatoes, and I'll be blending alongside with some coriander seed, anise seed, and dried rosemary. Now I'll heat up some oil in a deep pan on medium heat. When the oil is hot, go in with part of your blended ingredients first. That's the onions, spring onions, ginger, garlic, and the green pepper. Save the blended red peppers and tomatoes for the next step. And I know someone will be wondering why I didn't add the pepper to this. This is because frying the onions, ginger, garlic in the oil first extracts their flavors and mellows the raw sharpness. Fry gently until the raw smell reduces and everything becomes fragrant and soft. Keep checking from time to time so they don't burn. Gentle heat is key here, trust me. Now give it a gentle stir. After that, allow it to cook for extra 5 to 7 minutes, and from there we're going to proceed to our next stage. Alright, so we are back. The base is looking absolutely perfect and well cooked. So all that is left is for us to add in our blended red pepper and tomatoes into the base, and we're going to turn the heat a little up so the mixture starts to bubble and cook down properly. One thing is that when the blended tomatoes and pepper hits the oil, they release water, so the cooking process evaporates that water whilst concentrating the tomato and pepper flavor. This is where patience pays off, trust me. So cooking the tomatoes well removes the raw tomato taste and also creates the deep complex base we want for the jollof stew. Keep stirring and scraping the bottom so nothing sticks. Let this cook until it's reduced and the oil begins to separate, just the way you see it on your screens right now. Give it a gentle stir once again and add your tomato paste. This is very important step. Stir the paste into the pot and allow it to fry well. Yes, why fry tomato paste? Because tomato paste has concentrated sugars. Frying caramelizes those sugar and builds a deep, slightly sweet roasted tomato taste that gives the Ghanaian stew a signature dip. So fry until the tomato darkens slightly and you can smell that roasted aroma. This changes the stew from a very raw taste to a rich taste, trust me. You will notice oil begin to rise and pull on top of the stew. This is a good sign. What's happening is whenever oil rises on top of a stew like this, it tells you that the stew has cooked down and the flavors are concentrating. As you can see, it's looking very palatable already. Now we add seasoning. I like to use aroma stew seasoning powder plus shrimp tablet for that coastal imani. Don't forget to add salt to taste. Always taste and adjust. Seasoning is personal, so twerk it until it sings for you. Stir everything well so the seasonings dissolve and blends in. After that, we go ahead and add in a protein of our choice. Today I'll be using mackerel in tomato sauce. Yes, kindly feel free to use any protein of your choice. I'll add the mackerel gently, fold it into the stew, cover the pot, and allow it to cook properly. Now, whilst that is going on, I want to use this opportunity to thank my returning subscribers and the new foodie members right here. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for always liking my videos, sharing, and also commenting on my videos, fam. I am very grateful. And also don't forget as well that subscribing is free. So if you haven't still subscribed to the channel yet, what are you waiting for? Kindly do subscribe to my channel. Do turn on the post notification bell so that anytime I upload amazing videos like this, you will be among the first person to be notified. Thank you so much for doing that. Alright, so our stew is almost done. I'll give it a quick gentle stir. Now add a bit of pakushito. This is going to round the stew with fresh pepper aroma and a different heat profile from the red scotch bonnet pepper. Add a small amount, taste and increase if you want more cake. Okay, this is just perfect for me. Now I'll allow the stew to simmer for a few minutes so the flavors marry. Keep the heat moderate. Okay, you want a gentle simmer so the stew doesn't stick or burn. Give it a final taste and adjust salt or seasoning if needed. At the end, you can scoop out some of the oil from the top if you want the stew less oily, and that's exactly how I'm going to do mine. So now the stew is ready. Let's set some of the stew aside because I won't be using all for the jollof rice. I'm going to use a generous amount to prepare the jollof rice. So in a different pot, I'll scoop my stew into it and also go ahead and add in some washed rice. Feel free to use any type of rice of your choice. After adding the rice, stir very well, and I'll go ahead and add some dark soy sauce. It is totally optional, but trust me, anytime I want to fill my jollof rice properly, this is what I add to it. Trust me, it gives the jollof rice a very dark color and also a very nice aroma and taste. You will love it, so do trust the process and you're going to love it, trust me. Now let's go in with a little bit of salt. Since the dark soy sauce already has some salt, make sure not to use enough. Okay, stir once again, add in your water. Kindly steady your rice that you are cooking so you know the amount of water you add to it. So add just a little bit of water to it. If you have mixed stock, that's a plus for you. Okay, stir and cover on low medium heat and allow it to do its own thing. Now we are back to check on the rice. As you can see, it's almost done. I just didn't want to waste time on this, so the most important thing is that just keep an eye on it and keep your heat on low heat, and trust me, you're going to get the best jollof rice texture ever. Now give it a gentle stir, very gentle one. And afterwards I'm going to add in some beef parts. Since the jollof rice is almost done, let's add in some beef patties. It's optional though, but it has an amazing taste to it. You can choose to add in any protein of your choice at this point and that will be fine. So let's add it to it and we're going to proceed to our next stage. Beef pat is almost the same as corned beef, so you just don't need to be confused. Okay, if you are still with me at this point, don't forget as well to give this video a thumbs up and also do share this video to your lovely friends and family so they get to see this amazing and inspiring recipe as well. Thank you so much. We're going to cover this and allow it to do its own thing for about 10 minutes, and after 10 minutes, as you can see, the rice looks super soft and perfect. Now we're going to fluff it up for about 2 minutes, and from there we're going to add some vegetables, which is carrots. You can do away with that and that will be fine. Okay, Alright, so now we're going to cover the rice and allow the carrot to steam for about 1 to 2 minutes, and from there it should be ready. As you can see, the rice looks very presentable, very soft, and just as I wanted. You can try this recipe and trust me, you will come back with a lovely feedback. You will love this one. So all you have to do is to trust the process. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this jollof recipe, and I'll be very glad in the comment section to read all your amazing comments down below. All that is left is for us to serve ourselves and enjoy. Thank you so much for cooking with Afia today, and until next time, keep cooking with love and stay blessed. Bye.